We started taking a closer look at patronage hiring under Mike Madigan, not only because the election is approaching, but also because of the situation at Metro involving Patrick Ward, who is a longtime campaign contributor to the Speaker. Mr. Ward became a very public name recently because the Speaker, it became clear, had made some requests of Metro's former executive director to give him a raise. That whole thing led to a snafu in which that executive director ended up saying that he was forced out because of pressure from Madigan and board members being upset that he didn't acquiesce to it, and then ended up costing taxpayers about $718,000, which was the payout that Mr. Clifford from Metro received. As a result, we started taking a look at other things in our examination and ended up finding that there are at least 237 government workers who are giving to Madigan, many of whom also do political work for him. All told, between these 237 people and some of their relatives, we found more than $1.3 million in campaign contributions. Now, obviously, one of the other things we had to take a look at is the Speaker's daughter is the Attorney General of the state of Illinois. Of those people, about 2/3 of them also gave to Lisa Madigan a total of $352,000. Now, keep in mind, we can't know for certain how many government employees are doing this. There are limitations on what people need to disclose on campaign contributions, especially if they give under $500. And obviously, there are hiring lists and things and personnel records that we just can't get our hands on. But what we tried to do is give a little sense of the scope of how much government workers are helping the Speaker. Also, we found that of the folks that we looked at, nearly 70 of them were on clout lists that were released from the patronage trials of Bob Sorich in the Daley administration, and also from some of the trials that happened involving former Governor Ryan's administration, as well as some of the scandals involving Governor Blagojevich. Of those folks, about 70 are listed on those hiring lists, and another 78 are ones that we know to have circulated petitions for Madigan or people he supports. Well, it's very interesting. One of the people that we're focusing on here is a gentleman named William Nambo. Mr. Nambo is one of 11 people who is given to Madigan, has a government job, and then circulated petitions for a state representative candidate a couple years ago named Kathleen Willis. Kathleen Willis was plucked out of relative obscurity to run against a 20-year incumbent, Angelo Skip Saviano, who's now the mayor of Elmwood Park. And what's interesting is these people that are giving to Madigan, holding government jobs, kind of flooded that district to circulate petitions for Willis, who didn't have much to say throughout the entire campaign and ended up winning. So it shows you how that when you have a government job and you're involved in the Speaker's ward organization, there are certain things you will do for him to mill about to help him politically. And in this case, the Willis win over Saviano was a huge upset and helped give the Speaker a veto-proof majority in the House that he's trying to retain in this next election cycle.